What up, final boss? What's up? What's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Let me
Late lights that you can swap in and out with ease. So if you have, even if you don't have a Starforge PC, even if you don't have one of these custom cases, if you have the same case, which I think is off the top of my head, I think it's a
what up, Nick?
Lee,
How you doing, man?
Dynamic 011. I'm pretty sure it might be 011 EVO. I can't remember. But if you have that case, you can just buy the plate light, and you can slip that in, and you can get the different acrylics in there to swap them out on your own for your own custom builds and whatnot. But yeah, so doing big things with Starforge too. Starforge, huge shout out to StarforgeSystems.com. You guys can type !Starforge in chat.
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Starforge, Raider.
I don't know how long I'll be streaming, but I wanted to. There's a tournament going on in World of Warcraft today.
You guys are awesome. They did you dirty
So,
as fan
definitely
by cutting to you while you're reading the shout outs there, seeing that script.
chilling with
They
that,
should've just
getting
kept it on
everything
the
set up for
Starforge screen,
that.
but hey, you did a great job.
Wanted to watch it a little bit.
Shout out to the sponsors. There's people in the chat that are like, "Dang, you and
I'm actually watching this today.
That's really nice of you guys."
I'm watching this for right now.
We do have sponsors.
I'll
for
probably
the
be
event, so
playing,
massive shout out to them for making this happen.
Rainbow
Wouldn't happen without them,
tonight.
So thank you.
Solid.
Yeah.
I like.
I wanted to
you know,
ask you guys.
I've been once
one more
again still
question.
on the
I asked you
Rainbow
guys
Six
what
Siege
class you
kick,
think should win.
so
If you had to pick one person you're rooting for,
I'll be doing it.
bias, all whatever, who is it?
Oh, he
Go
said a
ahead,
class. I'm going with Druid.
Um,
Hold on, let me type that in. Hold on.
you know who
One
I see win?
person.
One person. If I had to choose one person to see win,
I don't know who's in here. I'm going for
wanna see
Druid,
Bean.
but I think
I would love to see Bean win.
I think
for
I think it'd be
couple
cool if
reasons.
Sony
You
won.
need to shut your mouth.
It would piss you off to no end. It would be
It
so
would.
damn funny, dude. It
I
would
don't
be-
why do you
normally
not like
do
Bean
watching
soda
streams,
poppin'?
but
Bean is a
I'm
rat
going
and
to
a
today.
piece of shit
So,
in every
That's why I
aspect.
think he can win.
So I mean, I truthfully,
this is
I
a one
love Bean.
like
But,
a once in a
when it comes to
lifetime
the CDL
tournament, basically.
tournaments, there was a lot of
It's
practicing
huge,
going on,
and it's for
him and I had
$100,000. So
Druid versus Hunter
It'd
was
be
very
crazy.
undiscovered territory, at least to us. And I remember I was trying to get some practice duels in versus Bruce because I was matched up against Bean, and I did everything I possibly could to make sure Bean could not watch these duels, so he didn't know how I was going to play. This guy got he had a bunch of agents go out, find me, and then he did that. What's that Hunter thing where you can see in the distance?
Farsight.
Farsight.
Yeah.
He farsighted across the world, so he didn't know I was watching, so I didn't know he was watching, and he watched the duels and he figured out my tech.
Oh
He's
man.
just-
Who
but
ended
you
up
know
winning
what?
the duel? Who ended up winning?
I did.
Didn't matter.
Knocked his ass out. Yeah.
There it goes.
No, he got pretty scammed. He should have won. Hunter is supposed to win Druid in the matchup, but he managed to be bad enough to lose. So you know what? I'll take it. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
you're going for Bean. Sorry,
I'm
what
going
about
for
you?
Bean.
It's so hard, man. I'm
I
friends with all these guys. Like they're all. I feel like there's like 10 players that I would love to see win.
all right, I think I got everything set up now.
I was talking to Esfon this
Cool.
morning.
Let's go.
I would love to see a dark horse win.
actually,
like,
I
a
think
name
it's-
that none of us know just
Yeah,
prepares
okay.
in
I got
just wins. Like how
YouTube, Kick,
rad would
Twitch,
that be? Just someone that we
and
no
I
one
just
really
went live on
knows, and
TikTok,
They just
so
come
let's
here
go.
and crush it. They've been playing maybe
should be
private
everything.
servers or classic WoW or whatever, and they're just gurus that nobody knows. Like that would be awesome. Having said that, like if I'm gonna bet on someone, I mean I'm betting on Snuts. I'm betting on Snuts, right? Like
Okay.
BlizzCon champion, AWC, whatever, many time rank 1. He won the CDL. He's on the
Snuts is a
Warlock.
good-
like,
good-
I can't
good
bet
option
against
for sure.
Snuts. I just can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cheering on Zico. I want Zico to win. Just him and I go way back. Big friends with the guy. Love to see that dude win. He deserves it. Who do I think is going to win? I think it's going to be PS Hero. I think PS Hero, based on the list I'm looking at, I think is one of the best rogues. I think he's put in the time, and he's definitely good enough. So I think PS Hero, if rogues are the class and he gets good bracket RNG, which I don't know what he's going against first, a Warlock. I think he can. I don't know who this Warlock is. I bet he shits on him. We're not going to get to watch that duel. We're probably going to watch Zico and Savix. How many duels are going to be going on at one time? So I know how many we're going to miss.
8.
8. So 8 duels at the same time.
8 duels are going on at the same time,
and it
bro.
looks like
that's so many. Oh my
17
god. Hold on.
people in round
Here's the
1.
bracket.
So we're going to miss a pretty big chunk.
Yeah, so
Which
it'll
sucks,
be 8
but there's
duels.
no other way to do it.
Right. There's going to be about 350 duels today. There's going to be 8 happening simultaneously, and we're going to try to be bouncing between the POV of like the highest profile duel or some of these best duels that happen. And the reason we wanted to do it that way is to give each player 5 chances to actually build points to qualify for the Makara finals tomorrow, right? And that was kind of like the best way because there's so many duels to get through. One of the nice things about this though is
that
each
is a lot
duel
of
is going to be
duels.
spaced out
Jesus
about 45
Lord.
minutes. Over about 6 to 7 hours. So
they all have to have a
45 minutes. Each player will be able to regenerate those cooldowns, those longer.
I was wondering if anybody was going to have that mixed up. There was like first day
back. So every time
somebody mixed some letters up,
duel, you should be pretty well.
And they made them restart their character.
Yeah, and not just to clarify, not for the stream, but for that individual dueler. They'll have a long time. So
and you guys shouldn't miss if you.
Okay, this is the list. So how many people are in this tournament?
Every duel
130.
Guys, every single competitor is streaming. I'm pretty sure they're required to be streaming. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Every competitor is required to stream. So all the duels that we don't get to cover, I mean, you can just click the WoW section, and if you the whole WoW section is going to be just every single person in this tournament. You are able to go in there, watch them from their perspective. It's probably going to be an even better POV. And you're gonna see every single one. And if you don't get to see it, I'm sure there will be clips of the good moments. So this is gonna,
that's so crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna be huge, man. It's gonna be massive. And again,
definitely massive.
The inspiration for this thing and doing it as an open.
It's ridiculous.
I went to Evo,
how many people?
We talked about that, and they had like 7,000 competitors for like Street Fighter, right? And anybody can join. And Zaryu, you mentioned it. We talked about it earlier this morning, but like. That would be sick, man. I mean, something like that, like having an open tournament that anybody can come in, anybody can sign up for and compete. It's crazy opportunity. It's super exciting. Like somebody rises up, comes out the mud, absolute no name. They're not a big streamer or whatever. That'll be something really, really cool to see. In fact, I can almost guarantee you. I don't know if they're gonna win, but there's gonna be somebody in this tournament that not a single damn person knows that people are gonna learn about and be like, wow, this guy's really freaking good, and that was cool.
Bullshit.
No, I don't guarantee.
Bullshit.
I guarantee.
I don't believe it.
You.
Every time
there will be somebody.
I'm telling you, man. Like,
I guarantee you.
Here's my elitist POV. In order to get really good at this game, you have to play against the people who are really good at this game. When you play against those really good players of the game, they usually talk about you and say, "Hey, there's this like rogue I dueled. He's actually really good." And then that name spreads, and everyone knows you.
Well, I'm talking about the viewers. There's good viewers.
No, the viewers are dumb as dirt. So they're not going to know. Even the good players, they don't know. So yeah, sure. Okay.
Soda is so toxic,
so
bro.
we did a level 30 Makarad tournament and a level 21 as well, and there was some no-name players that really
he said Chad is dumb as dirt.
And I'm excited in this tournament to see some of those players up against the household names and just see how they compare. Because there's tiers to this stuff, right? Someone can be really good, and then someone can be like Zico or Snuts, or you know what I mean. So, but with this tournament, it'll be cool to see. We get to see some of these new names, these new faces up against those household names that we might all know, and see how they stack up. So, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude. It's actually gonna be fun. So
the fact that everybody there's so many people,
like somebody comes up and
there's 130 people that made it from level 1 to 60 is shocking enough.
Maybe they don't, but I guarantee you somebody's
so
gonna show up.
I mean, they had to have some type of brain to be able to get there,
whether or not
right?
they get to the finals, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think this thing's gonna be fantastic, man. Do you guys have a dark horse, like somebody who you really, really hope is gonna do well and show up? Because I have my guy.
Okay, well, let's hear it since you know it so quickly.
I want to see Sony Digital do well today.
You think he's a dark horse?
I think he is because he plays a warrior. That's why. And
you're calling Sony a dark horse? That's got to be one of the household names.
I know, but from a warrior from a class perspective, people always say warriors suck, and they suck in duels. They suck in. They're good in PvE and all that.
50 subs, bro.
Yeah. And I think that people don't give. Sony's a very good player, right?
Yeah.
And when you give him the entire scope of the game. Like you can use this potion, that thing, this thing right here. I really hope.
Actually,
Sony,
speaking of that, I
focuses
was
more time
thinking
on
that
the warriors.
earlier.
I like
He's
that.
like
People
he's
can
one of
do
my
it.
go-tos. I'm hoping he wins.
Sorry to cut you off.
Let me mute him. So, but yeah, he's played a lot of warrior.
I think it could,
I want him
as
to
like doing really well.
Still want him to,
And that surprised me.
talk.
He's saying the second class he thinks will do really well is warriors. Like more than warlocks, mages.
I think it'd be
casters,
hard
priests.
for. I don't
Just
know.
I think warriors are going to be better than people think, for sure.
Just to add on,
I think
I
agree with that. I do think warriors are going to be better than people think, but
Bruce has said.
Regardless, I think it's going to be difficult.
Just throwing that out there, and
depending on the potions that are allowed.
Right.
I didn't catch all the rules, but
yeah,
I know there's
Warriors are
like certain
definitely
limits
a
on
sleeper
certain
class,
potions. So
at least to the viewers, it is a very. I think they actually have a really solid shot of winning. There's also only 10 of them, and 8.
because I feel like druids tear up
So only 2 are going to be
warriors
eliminated.
pretty hard.
Only 2.
Right.
So
I mean,
don't
Sony's
know.
guaranteed in the finals. Like that's the way I see it. He's in, unless he just gets completely rigged on bracket RNG here.
Yeah, so just to
wait, so who's Sony
J-Law's
going to in the
also
bracket?
Also
Going
a
against?
sleeper, or not even a sleeper warrior. J-Law's is really good. Just
Um,
maybe not as known to the viewers, but he's gonna clobber. I'm just scrolling through.
Just to clarify, guys, the top 8 of each class are going to be moving on tomorrow. So that's the top point holder of each class, or the top 8 point holders of each class. So there are 10 warrior signups. 8 of them are actually making it through. There's a lot more rogues, a lot more maybe hunters, a lot more maybe locks or priests. So still top 8 of
what's
each
up?
class moving forward to tomorrow. And that grand prize is going to be $50,000 to that first place. And then the top player of each respective class is going to get that remainder $6,250.
So he's not in Group
So
A.
that's kind of cool that we get to have that
He might
even
have been.
class
Hold on. Trying to
distribution
find
there.
Sony.
And yeah, man, with
Where
Warrior,
is
going back to that Warrior
Sony?
discussion, there's a one-use quest item. It's escaping me right now. It's in Teldrassil. You can use it, and it'll deal like 5 damage to you
Sony.
every
Where
couple
do you-
seconds.
oh, he's
for
right here.
30
Okay.
seconds. So it's kind of like Skull of Impending Doom.
Is that a
And
hunter? He's going
it's a
against a
one-use
hunter
item,
for
though,
right off the
right?
bat.
And if you use that and a FAP at the same time, and you pop a wreck. Think about a warrior with recklessness.
I don't know. I don't know about that. A hunter right off the bat
CC them because
is
the
kind of
Teldrassil
crazy.
one-use item is
As a
is gonna
warrior?
break it. So you can't see you like say a mage into a warrior. Okay,
With the traps
mages are
and stuff?
generally considered the one that's gonna win.
I don't
because you
know.
just sheep
That
them and
I
kite
feel like
them and
that's a
run
hard
away.
matchup
But the
against.
warrior is now stun
Yeah.
immune, so you can't even like title charm or anything. He can't be slowed for 30 seconds, and you can't sheep him. And
True,
he has
fair
wreck
point.
up. What are you gonna do, right?
And I was block, then ice block again, but that's only 20 seconds.
and then then that's
Hello,
10 seconds
Erica.
of Fun.
Hello.
10 seconds of
Heart me.
playtime.
Thank you.
And normally, all of these items in a dual setting, in a dual tournament setting, would be banned. Like, normally, all of that kind of stuff would be like, no. Like, this is just like a normal duel, whatever. You can't use everything. But this is a Makara tournament, so it's all allowed. So, yeah, maybe Warriors have a better shot than any of us think. And it's just, I can't wait to see the tech
Is
these
that
guys
your
come out with.
sweatshirt?
And it's like, whoa.
What do you mean?
If you can use anything, Warriors are
What do
actually
you mean?
maybe
Is
one
it
of the
your
best
sweatshirt?
duelers,
This
right?
is
Or
this
like
is
hunters.
ninjas. Hold on, this is
So the
uneven.
duels
That's
are
gonna
starting
bother me.
soon.
Hold on.
I'm getting messaged
This
by
one?
like 3 people, Kron being
Yeah,
one of
okay,
them,
cool.
saying
This
they're
is Ninja's
annoyed
sweatshirt.
that we have not brought up and talked about the class that they think is going to win, Shadow Priest.
No, I don't think
They
so.
think with these with the dispels, I mean, there's going to be a lot of buff covering, so it's hard to dispel the important stuff. But Shadow Priest, apparently, they're saying it's up there, and they're like, "Hey, how have you guys not?"
I think Shadow
mentioned it?" So
Priest
I'm like,
could be
"Yeah,
good
yeah,
in
yeah."
Classic.
I think with all the
actually.
potions,
I think 100%.
I think with all the potions, all casters are.
I just feel like
at a
the
step
dots and the
below
kiting is going to be
normal.
nice for.
And I think
Shadow
Shadow
Priests.
Priests are really good duelers.
Dispel
Normally,
the
actually,
potion.
maybe one of the best in Classic. But with all these potions available, I think they're gonna be a little weaker than normal. And then all the melee, like Rogue,
And
Hunter,
then,
Warrior.
one thing I do
think
like
are gonna
about
be a
this
step
hoodie
above what they're
is
normally
it's got
at.
ear
So
holes. Like
this is my prediction.
like for
but
headphones.
We'll see.
I think it was a good
we'll see.
design.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
That Ninja.
All right. Well, I think the
made.
duels they are getting in location. The duels
I
are
think it's
getting
really cool.
prepped up. They're getting ready. They're trying.
It's
to
kind of
drink
weird,
their
like
elixirs.
sometimes on the placement though, because like
Okay, so they're still trying to get all the
I guess-
summons going, but yeah,
it's not
I'm
bad.
looking
I
over
guess
at
it
some of their screens.
works
They've got
pretty
elixirs
well. I
getting
don't know.
popped. There's so many buttons. Like,
but it doesn't
5
cover
rows
exactly
of
that
buff. Is
spot.
there a
But
buff limit?
regardless, I think it's cool because it makes it
There-
thinner,
there-
so then you
we
can
said
actually
let
hear it
kids
instead of
play,
being
just saying.
blocked.
I
You
know,
know,
but I'm not like
and I'll have to
Marvel
put it
said,
under
in
the
game.
hood,
I
which
believe there's
is
no
annoying.
buff limit anymore.
So-
Wow. And
I know there's no debuff limit, but I think there's a buff limit.
I don't know actually, because I guess I haven't rated since Season of Mastery, but
It's a good question.
Whoa. What? Why is it buffering? Hello? To go to an ad. That's what I like to see. Good job, Twitch. Way to get that ad money, ad revenue in. Let's go. We love to see it.
This is my power. My responsibility.
Game does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it does look nice. Be greater together. Was that in
that as you
two-player?
remove them, that the gap between one character being fully buffed versus their opponent not being fully buffed might be even bigger. So maybe dispels are actually even more powerful than they are normally because there's more buffs to remove.
Oh no, I see. You're right. That's
a good point.
Good point.
So they're gonna let everybody buff, I guess.
It'll be interesting. Like we literally have no idea how this thing is going to come out because nobody's ever done this before.
There's not a single player in this game. There's no like super omega wow play that no one knows. There is no one that knows. This hasn't been done, even at the highest level that I know of, that I think any of us know of. Not to, especially, obviously not to this extent. This is a whole nother level. $100,000 on the line. Best players in the world coming in. No one knows. This is not figured out. So, and you cannot figure it out on paper. You have to figure it out by playing, and that's what we're gonna try and do today.
Well, theory crafting will only take you so far, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, that was not quite how I expected that to turn out. But with this specific rule set with these items, actually, yeah, warrior is favored here where it normally would never have been. Or with this amount of buffs or this amount of potions allowed, it's like, wow, actually that class seems kind of unbeatable. So yeah, I can't wait to see when like all these theory crafters meet practice.
Dude, that's the thing, dude. You see this especially in classic WoW. It's like everybody knows everything, right? But everybody doesn't know how to do everything, and that's because all the information
that is very
out
true,
there,
actually,
but you
as
gotta
well.
play the damn game sometimes, and like it's gonna be cool to see it actually come into play right now.
I am baffled that Josito did not die before this tournament. I see him there on the list, Shadow Priest.
I think didn't he die like 4 times?
Oh, he died many times. Of course, it's Josito. He died all the
So
time.
this is his 4th character. He died once at 57. He died once at 33. This clip right here is him finally hitting level 60 on his 4th try. And I got to give a shout out to Hosey.
57, bro. That's a lot of leveling.
For leveling 4 priests. And once again, I sound like a broken record here, but that's one of the things that's hard. You got to hit 60 in hardcore to even show up to this tournament. And you got to get that best in slot. That
it takes too much time to level. That's why I didn't have enough time to do it.
Try. Oh, it's good to see him here, man. He's put in a lot of work to be here.
Now we should get a compilation of all of his deaths that he had, because those are a lot more interesting, at least to me. Love seeing people die in hardcore. It's always a fun time. I've had a couple of run-ins. It's scary, but you know, people watch and love it when it's not you. So. God, all the Bean. I know I saw him hit 60 like a week ago. Espen, you said you hope Beans wins. No shot.
Good morning, Haley.
I think so fun to
How are
Beans.
you?
No I think, here's the thing: hunters are gonna do well. You know, who knows? It's just how the brackets play out. I think it'd be.
Bean's a phenomenal player, but you know, I just don't see him having the gear that he needs. There's no way he had enough prep time. I refuse to watch his stream. I don't want to give him the viewer, but I checked in at one point. And yeah, like I said, he just wasn't even 60 yet. I mean, it was 59. It was a couple days ago. Like, what are you doing, man? So and we got a lot of people are going to be like that this tournament.
I can't believe I got to give a shot at Snuts too, bro. He was AFK IRL in Vegas for like a vacation or something for 10 days. Of the 30, he was gone. So he prepared only for 20 days of the 30. And I was watching a stream last night, and it still looks like he got 60 and got every single piece of gear he wanted to get in 20 days. That's next level, man.
Well,
thank you, Haley. Appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful day.
There's a bunch of different things. You could.
It's a
based-
wonderful
based on how
Monday.
much you play,
A
you
tiny
could end up being ready
diny.
for this thing well before
Thank
30
you, thank
days is
you.
up.
Appreciate
And then
you.
there's other people who, like you said, like maybe you're out of town. There's a lot of events. And
I'm
stuff
just
going
watching
on
this
month.
tournament today.
Maybe you
Or at least for a
get
little
unlucky
while.
with
I gotta get
drops and
off
you're
here in a
not ready to
bit,
go,
and
that's part of the
you
game.
know,
That's classic.
Yep.
Yeah,
Go
that
make some money.
Banthog Sash, I always farm it on
and
BRD on
I'm gonna
60
hang out with
mages.
some friends as well. So.
It takes usually like 50, 60, 70 arena runs just for one belt. Like you could go 2 to 3 days just farming one item, and then man, don't get me started on like Scholomans for mages because
You could spend 10 minutes farming it.
Yeah, you could do a first run and be like, oh, nice, next piece. Yeah, if you get lucky. But like, yeah, Scholomans, like I remember farming in the 2019 tournament. It's just like I wanted the legs because they had a lot of stamina, and the chest because it has a lot of stamina. It's like, okay, I'm on my 40th Scholomance run, and each run takes 2 hours. So,
well, if we're gonna talk about farming, let's talk about 2 of the big items that every class wants: AGM and Title Charm.
Oh.
Those are 2 big key items, insane PvP trinkets, and they're so hard to get. Title Charm, it drops off a rare spawn. Was it a 30% drop chance? The rare spawn spawns every 16 hours?
I think it's something crazy. It's like I don't remember because I've never actually gotten one. I've tried to camp it. And it's just,
bro, I got my first one like 3, 4 days, 5 days ago. Well, I logged into Classic Era. I'm still on Terralina. Everyone else transferred to Whitebane. So I logged into Classic Era like a week ago. And the server was empty. And the first thing my chat was like, dude,
let me
go get
maybe
Title
turn
Charm.
that down
So
a little
I flew
bit
out
there.
and lo and behold, it was there, and it dropped, and I got it for the first time ever.
Okay, I was wrong. It is a 30
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
30 to 48 hour. It's random. It's not a set time. It's like, even if you know when it died, you still have like a 12-hour window. You're like, it's any time. So you have to sit there and wait. And other people
Because this
are
might be
also
my
waiting.
my-
And it's so
my
hard to get.
normal
And
setup
it's such
here.
a good trinket. It is an on-use, single target, 3-second stun that is ranged. Can you imagine being able to just stun someone from afar for 3 seconds?
That's not bad.
Insane. And then we've got AGM.
That's not bad. I might make it a little
Arena
bit
Grandmaster,
taller,
you have to run into the
maybe?
Gurubashi Arena where anyone can kill you and loot a
And
chest
then
12 times in order to get Arena
yeah, like
Grandmaster.
shrink the
And
camera
it
a
is
little bit,
insane PvP absorb trinket that
maybe.
I'm sure a lot of these guys don't have. Some do, some do not.
But I don't think
Man,
it'd be
the
too bad.
risk to get
think that's a good-
AGM.
the way
So
it
if you
looks
get
is good.
AGM, you have a higher chance to win the tournament. It's a great trinket.
Yeah.
Best in slot, right? For PvP, you're pretty damn close. But to
I
go
need to
in
get a viewer
risking
in
your
for
life,
Andy
like
real quick.
I wonder
Hold
how
on.
these players did it. They must have had a mafia. They must have had like 40 people go in a raid group with them and move in slowly. And like if there was any signs of like rogues or whatever, like perception. I guess you're horde, so there's no perception, but like bops.
There you
Like
go.
pally. Oh no, there's no bops. It's horde. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking of any way to protect these guys.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how they got in, man.
Okay,
You're
cool.
right.
Can you imagine you go for AGM like the night before? You're like missed everything else. You put in, 1,000, like hundreds of hours, and you just like die in an ambush eviscerate.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the crazy part. Because it's hardcore for everybody, it's not like it was on Era. So it's harder to grief because people won't grief at the cost of their own life and just be like, oh,
Yeah.
res, and they can't res. So yeah. I mean, otherwise, like if this was on Era, you might have like a rogue hit squad where it's like 3 or 4 rogues and they all ambush you at the same time.
If this was
so terrible.
If this was before Blizzard, created the official servers, if this was the add-on server where people just use the add-on and you had people running around that weren't hardcore characters, AGM wouldn't be possible.
No way.
It wouldn't be possible.
There'd be
Especially
5 rogues
as
and
a bigger
stealth.
streamer.
Yeah.
With this rule set, or not rule set, with this server, this is definitely some streamer bennies. Having the connections is a big advantage. And then Title Charm, I don't think being a streamer is really a helper here. It's just, you got to be a loser and just camp it. You got to sit there for 12 hours. Maybe you can have your viewers sit there and camp it for you, but at the end of the day, you just got to be there first. Or you got to wait for a server reset, because when it resets, spawn, it's live, like you said, Zarya. And that's just, those are 2 big key items that every single class needs. At least it helps a lot to have. Trying to think of what else is out there trinket-wise.
I mean, there's so many engineering trinkets that are really, really, really nice to have. We pointed out with Goblin Sapper charges, some of these items will actually backfire and hurt you, or Goblin Sappers always hurt you, which is like
I'm very
specifically
interested
risky. I
to
actually
see
wonder if we're gonna get a
who's gonna
situation
be,
like this in the tournament where
what people are
someone
gonna be
uses a Goblin Sapper and kills their
using.
opponent and also kills themselves.
And to be full
right?
decked out
Like,
in
that
gear
could totally happen where both
is gonna be
players
crazy.
simultaneously die. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if something like that happens. That'd be wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
what is the rule if they both die? In like not today, but tomorrow during the mock draw, what can you both just die?
We
Yeah.
are gonna. I mean, it's possible, but we'll cross.
What do
that
we
bridge
do?
when we get there.
Yeah,
with the
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, the admins. We have admins and stuff who are handling all that stuff on the back end too. Even when it comes to like VOD review, if we come to a VOD review situation, it's not going to be Chance, Zaryu, and myself looking at it. We have admins who they're watching everything because we're focusing on casting.
So when we get mad at their decision, it's not our fault.
That's right. That's right.
Right. Yeah, we have a degree of separation.
Excellent. We love that.
Yeah.
Good.
There's gonna be something. I think we have a disclaimer in there in the rules that literally says, you know, sign up for fun at your own discretion. This is a Makara tournament and anything can happen. At the end of the day, something probably will happen, and that's part of a tournament like this. We're still doing it because it's going to be so much fun. I think the initial kind of concept for this, I was talking to Tips and Esfon, it's like, we want to look back and remember this 5 years from now. Like, oh, remember that Makara, $100,000 Makara tournament, biggest of all time. Like, we just wanted to put something on that was awesome. That doesn't mean we're not going to have any hiccups in terms of, yeah, 2 players dying, someone trying to break the rules, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think giving this warning to the viewers is going to stop people from being upset when things happen?
These are WoW players. Of course, they're not going to stop being upset. They've been upset for 20 years, dude. Of course no, I think. Look, it is what it is. I mean, I think there's been a lot of work and prep and everything that's gone into this. At the end of the day, this is classic WoW, and that's why we wanted to have as few rules as possible, because that's the game. Let's send it. Let the kids play. Prison rules, rat tactics, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be all good. It's gonna be fun. I'm very excited.
Well, we've got a lot of viewers who are pretty vicariously living through some of these competitors, and if their competitor, or in their minds, them, are in any way just slighted in any way, shape, or form, they're going to be personally upset.
Yeah.
So
We should have all of the viewers in all 3 chats type the name of the player they're going for.
Okay.
Snuts, Zico, Savix, Perplexity, Peo.
I don't think Perplexity's in.
Bean.
I think he died, didn't he?
I think he might have releveled. I'm pretty 99% certain he releveled.
Because he died.
Yeah.
He died pretty early on, if I remember right. It was like level 20 or something. I think it was like before he had like fall damage reduction or something for rogues. I don't know what level they get it. Safe fall. But yeah, who do you guys think is gonna win?
I'm seeing a big mix. A lot of Zicos, a lot of PS heroes. I'm trying to go through all 3 of our chats here. I see some
Someone said Mizkit.
Sony in here.
Tony's, yeah.
Pretty sure he's not
Savix
in
is
there.
in here. The
right?
Black
Mez.
Wizard
Yeah,
one.
he's
Mez.
not.
Oh,
Who's
Mez is
that?
playing Hunter. I didn't
Mez
His
know.
name is
Hunter,
Milkman.
yep.
What the?
Has he played Hunter in Classic?
Big traps.
Like dueling and whatnot? Because
What do we
granted, they're
keep?
not Makras, but
Okay,
dueling
so we
in general
got.
is, like knowing the strat.
Oh, it's only out.
Yeah, I think
yourself,
he
right?
played Hunter in
can set it
Frontier,
up as
right? And then
class.
for,
Yep.
you know, for the
Did he
World First.
Okay, so we got
PvP?
1, 2, 3,
don't think
4,
so.
5,
Mez, though,
6,
is such
7,
an
8,
outstanding
9,
player.
10
But you're
druids.
right.
Ooh,
It's not about
hotted.
necessarily being
He's
an
in
outstanding
there?
player. It's
Oh
about
my
knowing
God, that's gonna be
the
insane.
matchups. Have
You
you
gotta know
played the matchups?
God
You gotta
bless.
approach it correctly. Are you going for
Hunter,
the
you got,
mana
like,
drain? Are you going
22.
for
Right.
the health drain? Like,
Hey,
killing
that
them?
dude's name is
And you just gotta know before
XSFMG.
going in.
This
Mez
dude said he didn't
mechanically
care. He was just putting
top
letters.
notch, right?
Yeah.
Mez is such a good player. So if he has that practice, he could be another one of those players, just like Bean. If Hunter's doing well, that he could just win the whole thing. And I wouldn't be like crazy surprised if that happened either. So yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. I think. I'm sure.
Wait.
Mez of all people knows exactly.
Yeah,
what we're
I
saying,
mean-
so I'm sure he got his practice in. Where
I was
feels
thinking Mitch
comfortable.
was trying,
But all the
but
hunters I see, Bean sucks. I think Mez is gonna do pretty well.
You hate Bean so much.
I really don't like that guy.
Bro, Bean and I go so like we go back, man. Bean and I, he's actually who I queued my first rank 1 with back in MOP,
Oh, yeah.
FMP, and I just love the guy. He's great. So I'm rooting for Bean. I mean, if Hunters can do it, I would love to see Bean do it.
Bean's gonna be the people's champion today. Just wait, dude. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm looking through trying. I don't recognize a lot of these hunter names. I'm sure there's someone very good in this list. Yeah, I'm not. I don't recognize a lot of these names.
Okay.
A lot of different names of hunters, and so maybe we'll get to see a couple of them. The first duel we're gonna watch is gonna be Zico versus Savix. Is that right?
It's 11-16. They haven't done a duel yet.
I hope so. Yeah.
At least
Believe that's what we're getting.
In Group A, I think that's the duel we're gonna be spectating here.
In Group
I see a
A,
duel flag down. Are we getting ready to start soon?
it stars for a bit.
Okay, so I don't know if the stream can hear the. Can they hear
No.
Pekkas?
No.
Okay, they can't. We're just in from the back rooms here.
What was that?
They are these
Not the back rooms. It's from production.
The
Those are
back
from the
rooms.
back rooms. It sounds like something else, Chance.
from the back rooms here. They are getting ready, they're trying to get prepped up, but it takes a lot of time to really get started.
Yeah, they're getting ready here.
So there's just a lot of summons that need to go out. You have to get everyone here, every admin, every competitor, and then they have to do a bag check. And that's why people can't leave once they're here. Their bags have to be approved that there's no Petri flasks, because those are banned, etc. And so getting everyone here, getting the bag check, getting the thumbs up checklist, and then getting them in a section where, hey, you've been checked. It's a lot of 140 competitors, y'all said?
Yeah. And just to give another massive shout out to our admins, so many people volunteering to help with this event. I think there's at least 20 of those
Why is it?
masks in their inventory, making
There it
sure they
goes.
don't have any banned items like that Gnomish mind control cap to, grief someone, making sure they don't have any raid gear
I
they're
don't
gonna
know
put
why
on
it's
and try to
so
get any little advantage. So
laggy.
that
There it
is
is.
one of the reasons why we're requiring competitors
we're
to
good.
stream. They can open up their inventory, they can do a quick bag check, making sure there's no rules being broken, and then that dual flag will go down. I don't think we went over at the start of the duel. Each competitor is going to move back about 10 yards. So put that dual flag down. Each competitor will move back 10 yards, and then they'll get the green light to start that duel. Now, if you're a stealth class, you don't need to stay there. You can indeed get that opener as a rogue. It's not like you have to stand in that spot and get flared out. But different than the CDL, there is no guaranteed openers. So there's not a rule that says warriors get the charge. There's not a rule that say rogues get the opener. And why are we doing this? Because it's a Makara. We want to make it like you just Makara someone out and strangle Thorn Veil. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm a rogue, I have to get the opener. It's like, no, if you don't get your opener, you don't get your opener, right? That's a Makara.
Play it where it lands.
And if it's a rogue versus rogue, we're going to kindly ask the competitors to move towards that dual flag in the middle. That way, we're not going to see two rogues just never opening on each other. They're going to have to go towards that flag. Now, just for our viewing pleasure, we're not going to have the ability for rogues to sit in stealth for 2.5 hours waiting for cooldowns. Every 60 seconds or so, we need some type of action happening. We're not going to allow competitors to sit in stealth completely AFK, waiting for all of their cooldowns to come back.
What, man, that you made me think. So rogue versus rogue, which we're going to see a lot of because it's the highest played class in this tournament. It's all about who gets the opener. How many items are in the game that give you that stealth detection advantage? How much of it is there? There's increased stealth level on boots. There's obviously cat's eye goggles and things like that. I mean, what the hell else is there? There's got to be some crazy stuff I don't even know about.
Yeah, those are a couple of them. There's probably more. One of the things that we were chatting about this morning with the admins is just how creative these players are getting, even in comparison to 2019. In 2019, there was some sweat, there was some items, but with this much money on the line, players have gotten very creative. Some items that I never knew existed are coming out into play today. So there's probably going to be something that we're like, wow, okay, it's from a level 22 quest that nobody knows about, and that just won you the duel.
Yeah,
because I can't.
I mean, this
loop
just
it,
in. I
or
got a
can't,
random chatter
put it
saying
on
start
there
the duel
correctly.
already in caps lock. So I don't know. I mean, we might need to listen to that person. Yeah, geez Louise. It's us, the one holding it back. Geez Louise. But no, these guys, there's going to be some random shit. The rogue versus rogue duels I thought would be super dumb, but when you throw in like the tech and the crafting beforehand, the stealth detection, it makes it a little more interesting. I think rogue versus rogue duels are decided before the duel starts, honestly. It's about prep. And let's just say they both prepped up equally. At that point, don't rogues kill the other rogue in the opener?
I mean, you have
getting the opener would be. I mean, it's just a huge advantage.
Rogues can't shrink its stunts.
yeah, true.
guess
I
you can
still
shrink it to
have
blind and
seen.
vanish?
Yeah, I mean, I still have seen like if it's a
Gotta lock
really
that.
good
Oops.
rogue versus a noob
My bad.
rogue,
I didn't
and the
need
really
that.
good rogue
Lock.
gets opened on, I would
Cool.
still say that you can
This
turn
one.
it around.
Okay.
But to your point, Soda, two really good rogues that are both fully prepped, getting that opener is kind of everything.
Yeah. I mean, God,
That's the nature of it, though, right?
Stretch the bounds. Cool.
I'm glad I'm not one of the competitors right now. My nerves
I mean,
would be
this
shot.
would be the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done. Hands
Yeah.
down. I mean, this is just making it to this point has taken so much time and effort, and there's so much on the line, dude. It's been a month of leveling, of gearing, of making sure you don't die throughout that whole process, trying to get the best stuff you can. We're doing essentially the hardest content that's allowed, right? Like there's no rating or anything like that, but like we saw the clips of the guys doing the tier 0.5 quest. Right?
Yep.
We saw Savix almost die, right? And Savix is one of the top players in this tourney. Like I
Yeah.
love Savix. And
Of course.
he could have just died just like that while trying to gear up. So it's there's a lot of RNG that goes into
Alright,
this
I think
to even get to this point, getting lucky enough to not die. But there's also obviously a lot of skill and prep and a lot of focus that has to be put into place just to be able to have the wherewithal to survive. So exciting, man.
What spec are these rogues mostly going to come in as? Cold Blood Abyss, or what do you think? Sorry, I feel like you would know better than me.
I think the big choice Bentley versus Stars we're actually getting ready for, which is going to be Hunter versus something.
I think
Mage.
Hunter.
Oh, that's
Okay.
going to be a fun one. Ice Reflector, too. But yeah, I think
Okay,
the big
cool.
choice
There
for
we go.
Rogue, someone might have more expertise
All
than
right.
me, is whether you go
Got
improve
that.
sprint or not. Because improve
Yeah.
sprint is going to really help your mage matchup. But in other matchups, you don't get. I think it's improved sprint or cold blood, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
and-
let's focus on this duel really quick. I want to see a gear check. Can we get just a cursor going through all of his gears, see what his gear choices? 100 HP to helm. This is our first person we've inspected. Okay, good H stamina on that. Fire resist. Interesting.
I wish there was a way,
Firewall
like there was an
resistances.
addon or something that would
Interesting
help with
chest, it's
spectating
green.
in
Are
Warcraft.
these
Like
the
in
best
duels,
choices? Or does
in
this person not have
in
enough
PvP, in
You probably
RBGs,
just
in
didn't have the
arenas,
time. I
like
mean,
everything.
Again, you had 30 days to do this. You had to get leveled up. You had to survive. You had to get the right drops. You know, some people.
Isn't Beastmaster gear banned?
I don't believe so.
Beastmaster-
That's
I got it.
0.5.
I got it confused with Giant Stalker. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, just like that's what I was saying. Like just to hit 60 and get some gear. Ooh, frost resist gear against the mage is kind of smart.
Ooh.
It is a lot, you know.
Oh,
and there's
there
a
is
handful of
the
players that have
resists. I didn't think
perfect
about
best in
that.
slot. Like they've been playing 16 hours a day, right? That's probably like maybe.
I did not
10
think
or
about that, 'cause
15
they
of
would
those
probably have to
players
change
out
their
of
gear
140 have like perfect gear,
every
right? The rest of them
every
kind of got
duel
what they could get, and
if
they're going
they
to be
win
playing.
against something
Let's check
different
out
every
this
time.
mage's gears. This is Stars. We have that Goblin Rocket helmet for the charge,
Right.
100 HP Libram on it. Virtuous Shell Necklace from Strat, I believe, with the 1% hit.
I think it logged out. So we
Oh,
can't
okay,
look
I
at it
see.
there.
Well,
We do have that
so-
Furbog Medicine Pouch, the Verandi's Dagger. I mean, that's some good gear on the mage.
Yeah, you got to farm that pouch for that heal. I'm surprised the hunter isn't using it, to be honest. I guess he needs the weapon dam, but... So, how do you said mage beats hunter, in your opinion, Jar, you in this?
I
How
think
do
it can
you
go
think-
either way, but I think mages are favored, yeah.
Okay, how do you think that frost resist, those rings, the frost resist trinket, that's what, like, what's the enchants itself? We're looking at, what, 60 plus frost resist, maybe more. Oh, and the magic resist potion, well over 100. How do you think that's going to play out?
The thing about resistance, and I'm still a fan of it, but the thing about resistance, if you try to stack it at the cost of too much stamina, is yeah, you might resist, but now you have no stamina and you have no intellect. So if you don't resist, now you're just squishier. And if you do resist once or twice, it might pay off. What competitors really look for is getting that resistance in different ways.
Using a vacuum in the back.
We hear the. I mean, just
Yeah,
mute your
it's-
audio a second.
It's getting that resistance in different ways with stamina here. So
He was
like
just
some
chilling
gear
too. He's
has
like, yeah,
shadow
I
resist
know
or fire
that
resist
I
or
know what
frost
the
resist built
problem
into
is,
the gear
but
itself. Now looking at these two players,
get over
I've
it.
just got to say, it looks like Stars has that flask of supreme power. He has like 2 or 3 or 4 rows of buffs. He's logging out to preserve them. from a quick glance, it looks like Star's gear is close to best in slot. Bentley clearly, has some really solid gear, but could have had more opportunity to gear up further. So, I mean, if we're gonna do predictions here, I think that Mage's looking pretty great.
You think the Mage is still favored?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, S-Man.
I think Mage looks good for a lot of things in this duel,
right? So I gotta do
or
all
in
kinds of
this
ratty stuff to
tournament
try and win
for
fights.
duels.
And I have like different resist suits and stuff
More,
like that.
I guess more like Frost, right?
Zaryu is 100%
Or
right.
does it
Like,
really
even from
matter?
the
They might
non-mage
just
perspective,
destroy
when you go up
regardless.
against the mage, it's you're gambling, right?
Yeah.
So if you have no stamina or you don't do enough damage, you don't have enough mana, intellect. So it really is like you're either going to do really well with a resist suit or you're going to do really poorly with a resist suit. And go ahead.
Okay, Zaryu, so I want you to walk me through, what do you think we expect to see during this duel? What is the Mage trying to do? What should we expect these guys to go for?
Yeah,
What's their win condition?
this is a fun duel. So the Hunter is trying to build distance. If the Hunter can get really far from the Mage, the Hunter is in a great spot. You send out Viper Stings, you concussive shot, you get super, super, super max range in these Makaras, the Mage will go Having said that, we talked about the elixir of Poison Cleanse, so the Mage can get those Viper Stings off. But if the Hunter can get really far, that's the Hunter's goal. Now the Mage, all right, so the Hunter is going to go for a Scatter, Feign Death, Trap, get really far, open up with aimed or concussive into a Viper Sting, and just run. Like, you just want to not let the Mage get close. Now the Mage, on the other hand, as soon as that Scatter comes through, the Mage should ice block the Scatter as a pseudo trinket, as a way to get out of that Scatter, and stay on top of the Hunter. Frost Nova, Kona Cold, rank 1 Frostbolt, stuns like Tidal Charm, trinkets. Stay on that Hunter. You just want to rush that Hunter down. The Hunter, once again, is probably gonna pop some type of nifty stopwatch, FAP, and try to get away, right? Once again, the Mage needs to blink on top of the Hunter, sheep him for that FAP, keep him controlled. And once again, the Hunter is going to try to wait for that second Scatter to then Feign Death, Trap, and get far. Mage, once again, Cold Snap, ice blocks that second Scatter, stays on top of that Hunter and crowds him. The Hunter can get away, the Hunter can successfully win the duel. If the Hunter can't get away and the Mage crowds him, then the Mage will win the duel.
Okay, so it's gonna basically, the Mage is just W keying. Every CC Scatter specifically, everything that Hunter throws at him, nope, block, nope, block, nope. It just everything. And W key, the Hunter, get away, try and drag the duel out, and in the long game the Hunter wins, the short game the Mage wins.
Yep, and like that's an oversimplification, so there are different things that could happen. But that's generally what we see in Mage v Hunter. As a Mage myself, if I'm dueling a Hunter and he's got 50 yards in me, the pet's hitting me, I'm slowed, and there's a Viper Sting taken, that's what you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I mean,
where'd my
I don't know how the Poison Cleanse is going to affect this, because I know the Hunter is trying to take out the Mage's mana, right?
Yeah,
normally.
Definitely.
There you go.
But it might not be the case here because of mana gems. I guess you're going to have to free action potion. That shares cooldown with health and mana pot, right?
Yep.
So they're both going to have to free action potion. That's obviously what both of them are going to do, I think. I mean, how is it going to play out with the cleansing?
Yeah, like I said, Hunters normally into casters at large, so into Priest, into Warlock, into Mage, into Shaman. The goal is run far, Viper Sting. That's just Hunter in a nutshell in classic WoW. In this tournament, and I was talking to Saren about this morning, it's going to be a very different strategy because you have to.
Bruce, but
yeah, it's a bruise. And Hunters can also go toe-to-toe, head-to-head with the best of them in terms of just doing DPS and killing them. So I think Hunters in this tournament,
I think it's going to be a lot of rush, people trying to rush
down
and
strategy, so to speak. Go aggro. That's right. And instead of going for that normal
try to
kind of
one-shot
Viper Sting gameplay that we've seen come out of Hunters traditionally.
I think that's going to be one of the biggest things for this
really
tournament.
Interesting to see how it plays out. So, and again, I know we've been harping on it all through.
We'll definitely see,
the whole day. But this is something that's never been done before. You're going to see different tactics than what people do typically in their in normal classic dueling tournaments. There's just so many different rules here compared to normal because there's almost no rules. And seeing when the whole scope of the game is at play and a 3 times bigger dueling range in a Makara versus a normal /duel, it's going to be really cool to see. I mean, there's going to be things that happen today that we think this will play out this way, that way, and this way. And then we're going to be completely wrong just because we haven't seen it before. So it'll be cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man.
all we can really say is how we think it's gonna go, how it
Yep.
normally
100%.
goes.
You
This is
can't
not
know
normal.
exactly how
I don't know
everyone's
what
gonna
exactly
play,
we're
and
waiting on
you
to get
can
these
kind of
duels
know
going. I
like
think we're
how
having
you would
issues
play
with
it. But
buffs.
everybody with Warcraft, it's so
Oh.
crazy different.
Okay, this just in. We're about to start with Group B, something versus something. Didn't catch that.
It'll be
Oh,
Cartoon versus Crazy. It'll be Rogue Lock, and this is a matchup that Rogue v Warrior. We're here.
They said it was supposed to start at 11,
God.
but
Yeah, so this is a matchup I'm not as experienced in. I think at a high level, Rogue normally would kind of poison kite that Warrior out.
we haven't gotten anything.
And kind of dead zone that Warrior, go for infinite restells, reopen. But
Not even
that,
a single
once
duel
again,
yet.
Elixir of Poison Cleansing that can be spammed. You can just get rid of the crippling poison.
You don't even need a free action potion because you can just cleanse the poison over and over, right?
I know rogues were complaining about this one. This was a definitely a point of contention here because it is such a
these poor
strong
rogues.
ability.
Oh, these poor rogues.
Poor rogues.
How are they gonna play the game with this in the game? How are they gonna do it? Aw. I mean, out there, like flash grenade for druids. It fears beasts for 10 seconds. An unbreakable 10-second fear. Oh, my poisoned. Shut the hell up. Get out of my face. You know what? I want this rogue to lose. He probably didn't even bitch and complain, but that's pissed me off.
Jesus.
So who's the warrior?
On the group B, it does say it's a warlock. Maybe there's something wrong. There's a lot of chat saying it's a warlock, but warlock or warrior in either sense versus Cartoon the rogue. I would assume he's undead for that fear to, get either shield free card, and that's gonna help against warrior or warlock, right? Because that warrior fear intim.
It's going pretty good, man.
Like intim bandage is just.
I didn't have a lot of time to play any
you know
games,
what?
so I'm just
at this
watching.
point now,
Well,
every
what was
rogue
supposed
I
to be
want
going on
lose.
30 minutes ago,
I'm
this
cheering
tournament.
for every rogue to get their ass
This World of
beat.
Warcraft tournament.
That's my personal opinion. I'm ready to see them all just get clobbered, put in the dirt in one shot. So
What about your friend Peo?
Peo can eat shit and die.
Jesus. Jesus
in
Christ.
he can eat
So
shit and die.
toxic.
I know how much time and effort he's put in, and I would love to see him lose. So I'm coming in hot. That's how I feel. I'm not gonna hide it or be shameful about it.
Awesome.
No, they're the
Sorry, go ahead.
they're kind of like the makers of the tournament. They're the ones who put
we
it
didn't
all
talk about
together
Group B,
and
though. Peo
put the money
Hydra are
up
gonna
and all
be
that
going up
stuff.
against each other in round 1. So that's also a really fun duel we get to see and spectate later. But right now we do have Crazy on the Warlock versus Cartoon on the Rogue.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
Yeah, fiery weapon. We have some green gear.
There's 130 people in it.
Like, just see, like, people are just like, look, I barely made it to 60, and I went to the auction house and bought like a random piece like of the tiger just because I had.
It's quite a
some
bit.
Level 40
Oh,
on
this
it.
guy's
Quite a
gear
bit.
looks
It's so fun to watch, dude.
crazy. Looks crazy. Look at this gear. Double Underworld. We have Net. We have Veramondes. We have Furbog Medicine Pouch. This is great.
Yeah,
This
it's
Warlock looks really prepped.
it's so
This rogue
insane.
is not prepped at all. This guy's coming in.
It
with-
definitely-
I don't know how much time he put in at 60, but it might have.
It
been
definitely
just a
takes
game.
some time to get into because
Thrash Blade, you can get it
to
at
level
146
leveling honestly to me is
realistically, even
very
earlier if you really
boring
want.
and kind of sucks,
So,
but it's the PvP that gets
This
me
guy's
going.
Screwed.
Dude,
What
it's-
I must say though, some of my
100%,
favorite
100%.
duels ever in WoW
For sure.
are like at level 34 in Stranglethorn.
If I had more
Veil
time,
with,
I
like,
would've tried to do
half-quest
the tournament
items
as
and,
well,
like 2
but-
potions and like I don't know, something about seeing
I didn't
this
get to
gear
play it
has
as
fun,
much
like same as you. It just
as I
brings
wanted
me
to.
joy, and that dual flag did go down.
yeah.
I mean,
All right,
$100,000
we've got
for
a
the tournament. That
Walmart
means
Rogue versus pretty prepped up Warlock. Look at all these
Yeah,
flasks. The
got
dual
HP
flag is
Warlock.
down.
I'm not a big fan of leveling in pretty much
Pretty
any
much.
game. So
I mean, it might be a Whole Foods Warlock.
this
guy's
game
got
takes
some
it
good stuff.
leveling to a whole nother level.
So each
All
competitor
I
guys
just can't. I
is
don't know.
going no GMOs are moving
Yeah.
10 yards away
100K,
from that
yeah.
dual flag. Dual flag goes down and that rogue is sprinting around and starts with that stealth that looks like the first.
I know,
duels
that's what
underway.
made me
We have
wanna
the
do it,
mechanical
'cause
Dragonling being
They
popped
made everybody start from
Crazy.
0.
It looks like
You
the
had to
rogue is
level up
stealthing
in the
with
month of
strengths to
October.
get that opener cheap
And
shot
today's
does come
the
out.
tournament.
Crazy taking a lot of damage. There's the evasion.
This is the first
to
duel.
circumvent some damage coming into Cartoon, and Crazy's
So
dying
here's
to
the
Cartoon and
shadow.
going for the big
Ooh,
kites. Death Coil comes out.
Oh, full dots. He's getting ramped
Oh,
up.
yeah,
He is
that's
dotted up and
rough.
he's withering down. 50%.
Cartoon looks dead. This is why I thought Shadow.
There's a health stone into blind.
I thought
He's
Shadow
seeing him, but
Priest
these
and
pets
Warlocks
these
were gonna be
dots,
crazy in
He's
this.
just gonna do damage into
But-
it, and he's gonna lose.
That's
I mean,
it.
He basically had no opportunity there to recoup after he got full dots on him and he separated with the death coil. I mean, it was
That
a
warlock
wrap.
destroyed
He had
him.
no opportunity
Jesus
there. He had too many
Lord.
pets on him
There was like no
between
shot
the
that rogue.
Voidwalker,
Yeah,
too many dots
he
on him,
got
between the Voidwalker,
destroyed
between the
hard.
Dragonling, and between full stack immolate everything. It was just a wrap.
My man
Just
was
a-
confused.
Just to clarify for the chat, the Makara finals
100%.
are happening
I mean, just the
tomorrow.
kiting
Today
is
the
just
qualifiers
ridiculous.
for the Makara tournament.
It's like
In
that
the
he's never
qualifiers,
played.
Each player has 5 duels.
It's
The
like he
top
just picked this
point
game up.
earners are moving to the
Started just
Makara
playing.
finals
That's so-
tomorrow. That'll be the
'cause he
top
literally just
64, I believe, competitors tomorrow.
died
in the
to
Makaras.
dots.
Today, we're doing duels for points. Each player, 5 duels. Top pointers of each class move to
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
And
So it's
a
not
couple
just
things
one
to
duel and
add,
you're out though. So
real
that's
quick.
good.
Well,
But I don't
you're-
see him
Chad,
having
you're
a
not wrong
chance
for
on
being confused by
anything.
that, 'cause we did mention it. Some people were like, "Oh, they mentioned it already." But yeah, we mentioned it like an hour ago, right? An hour and a half ago. So to be fair,
Yeah.
we're doing a
Yeah, they got
Swiss- we're doing that
brackets.
Swiss
So they got
bracket,
Group A,
just like
B,
Zario
C, and
explained.
D,
and
then the
so,
different
yeah,
rounds.
Just to clarify, another thing, production. I was wondering, can we get the guild log off sound disabled, and can we get HP numbers enabled on the camera ops UI? If that's
Just the
possible?
fact he got smacked
So,
like that was outrageous,
Those are
bro.
all very valid points,
Oh,
man, but
man.
I'm going to go in a little bit further here. You are dumb for not knowing. This tournament, we have to find out. There are so many class
Soda Pop is
differences.
so
Some
toxic,
classes are
bro.
really bad in these rule sets, and some are going to be very good. But the best of each class will win money. All right, so that influences people to play every class, so it's not just one through the whole thing or the top
Oh,
3,
okay.
right?
I heard.
In order to figure out the best
heard
of each
talking, it
class,
was
we're going
outside.
to have
I was
people
like,
with
what?
a
Who is in
win-loss
my
ratio.
house?
In order to have that, you cannot die on your first duel. You just can't do it. So we're going to get an actual bracket going here, and tomorrow, people are going to start dying. Is something going on here? Oh, no. So either way, these duels are going to be big.
Hello,
A
hello,
lot of
hi.
prep going in. These duels
How are you
matter
doing?
a lot. This is a lot of people are just playing for these duels. They want to try and
East
get
side
number
Peo.
1 in their class.
This is Peo versus Hydra.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. I
Ooh.
can't wait. And the duel is underway. The duel flag has been dropped. Hydra is playing
So a priest
Shadow.
versus a
oil
rogue.
of immolation. Do you see it?
Yeah.
The oil of immolation. He might get Peo out of stealth. Does it
Oh,
work
this is-
like that?
This is great. Flashbang, man, right there on the sun on the ground. Hydra mounts up in shadow form. Sap comes out.
It breaks him. It breaks
That's
him.
huge. Peo's going to go for a
My heart
re-stealth here, but he doesn't get the combo points like he wanted with the cheap shot.
That's
so
rough.
Peo's opener in his mind is already
God.
thrown off.
He's gonna go.
Peo going for the re-sap here, opening up with that mechanical dragonling. Might have a few combo points here. Let's see the opener re-stealth one more time. No heartbreak beat there. Vanish for the opener.
got pets.
Cheap shot comes out with 2 pets, and Hydra's
Ooh.
probably pretty scared right now. Trinket into that full
Yeah,
fear.
I
Will
would be
Forsaken
too.
immediately, and Hydra's under pressure.
Oh,
See, he will have forsaken the fear, but then Hydra is free to just throw every
still
other
has
bit
the
of CC.
pets,
He's
though.
still got his magic dust. He's getting all of his
bro,
red
it's
spells.
froze.
He
Yeah.
is
Bunch
slowing
of
this
CC,
duel
a bunch
down.
of
Peo's gonna
stuns
get controlled
and
so hard here.
stuff.
Here
So
comes the dots.
the
getting onto
kiting is
Peo.
starting
The
to come
damage
in,
is gonna
but
start coming in from
those
Hydra, and
pets
he's just
on
gonna keep his
from the
distance.
rogue, which is
And now he's
weird
gonna be
because
able
I
to
didn't know
fear
they
him
had
too.
pets.
Grenade. Oh, Peo's just getting
I didn't know they
controlled
could
forever.
spawn the
Very
pets.
impressive kites here from Hydra, but look at Peo's health, 80%. Shadow Priest is 50% mana to Peo's health bar. If we're comparing mana to health here, I would say Peo might still be in a slight lead, although as I say that, he's getting ticked down. That's the second blind preparation used. Looks like Peo is going to want to maybe bandage up here, eat up. Nice re-stealth sap here coming out, but looks like it might be
That's a
TR.
first
I don't know if
aid.
Peo
Yeah, see,
knows
priests
that.
are just
Bandage
so
is coming
strong,
out,
bro.
topping himself back off, but
That's
Hydra
insane.
is back high on mana. Now, here's the big difference.
I mean, he got the-
Peo on his second opener is not going to have that, or
He got the
Hydra on his
first
second
aid
opener
off,
will not
which
have
is
that
good.
helmet to CC Peo, the Goblin
then
helmet.
he got the
So
restun.
Hydra might be in a world of hurt here. Cheap
The
shot coming
re-stealth
out
with
into
the
a full
stun,
kidney.
and he's just.
But the thing is,
Can
here,
he
goes for
do
the
enough
fear, he doesn't
damage,
have will,
though,
he trinkets it,
because-
but now
Oh,
Hydra is
oh.
free to.
If
what
he
the
could
fuck,
just sit
magic
there-
dust him, but I don't know if he's going for it. He's going for
got the
damage,
pickoff.
but he's
Random grenade.
getting rushed down with so much damage.
Yeah, the
He's
rogue
gotta
might
get some
have this.
control
If he
on
can
Peo,
just
I
stay
feel like.
on
Here
him.
comes a tuber coming out, a little bit extra
I don't
health,
see the
big
priest being able to get out of this
clobbering
because
through
he
that
can't
exposed
cast.
armor. He
Ooh,
needs to
the
get him
heals.
CC'd. He goes for some heals. There's the
Oh,
helmet.
he used
oh,
to
man.
potion.
Okay.
There
He's gonna
there
get
goes
down.
the helmet onto Peo or onto Hydra. Peo's
He'll
gonna
be
get
able
some
to eat,
eating,
the
some
rogue's able
resets,
to
some
eat.
saps.
And then
Maybe
he'll
he'll
still
get
be
a
able to
little
get the
bit
stealth
heartbeat
off.
Yeah.
This might be
And
the
another
range
first
There it
aid.
is.
There's no
It's
first
really
aid
good
cooldown.
damage
Peo might
value.
got this right here, dude. He might actually have this.
I think Peo might be in a slight
Yeah,
lead here. and something
Peo
that's
is
really impressive
definitely in
is
lead
he's
because
just
all
so
he's got to do is
tanky.
just
I think
reopen.
it's those potions we were talking about. Peo's just not taking much damage. Another resell cheap shot. There's a break into a full fear. This is the reset
That
Hydra's
fear
looking
was
for.
clutch.
There's the Shadow Word
Hydra
Pain.
needs to
Hydra has
heal,
such
but he's
great
gonna
positioning. There's
he's
the
gonna waste a
new
lot of
max range
mana
with that
if he
Shadow
does
Word
that. His
Pain.
heals aren't
Hydra's
as
looking to
strong
reset
since he's
this
Shadow.
out, but
Healed up, dude.
But he did get back to
He brought out
full,
a
and he
later
still
to
got
break the sun.
44%. But the rogue got
Peo has
full.
no more CC breaks. Hydra can reset this duel so many times with any bit of CC at this point and heal back up. And Peo has
He's
no
got a shield.
cooldown.
Hydra
He's
has a
going
shield
in.
on him.
If the dots
His shield's
fall off, he can
broken.
sleep dust.
Sleep
There's-
dust.
Oh,
The
Will's
sleep
back on
dust.
cooldown.
Oh, he got a crit.
Oh,
Peo
no.
got a crit.
Hydra could just
He needs
die.
fear.
He got some
needs
heal.
his
I
fear
think
back
Hydra's
off
done.
TD.
I don't
know
think he
what time
can-
He's going for the heals. He's trying to get him off. He gouges it because he has no kick. The next fear,
He has no
the game
kick,
is
but-
over if he gets it. But the
Full
kidney.
kidney. That might be it for Hydra.
Yeah, I think Hydra's dead. Peo got. Oh my God, that crit.
Hydra goes down.
And Peo got it. Look at that. Let's go.
Wow.
I really thought the priest had that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the priest had that so well.
Dude,
Oh
so at the
my
beginning when that thing
God.
started, Hydra definitely had the upper hand for the first like.
Yeah,
maybe
I
30
thought
seconds of that
I
thing,
thought the
and then
heals,
Peo
the
had
shield,
such
and the
a-
CC
again, a
with dots
massive,
was gonna be
massive
like
reset coming in.
crazy
And,
different.
it really, I thought that Hydra might have had it before that grenade landed.
100%. That was actually two good players from what I'm understanding.
Came back in, unbelievable duel, man. That was hype, unbelievable. Great job by both these guys.
The real thing coming in here is we don't get to
That was
see the
definitely a good
cooldowns
one.
on
That
our
was a
screen,
lot
but
better than
Will
that
of
first. That
Forsaken
first
coming
one
back off CD
was
for
dull.
another fear break was
That
it.
first one did not
That
go
was it.
like
Hydra
that
probably
rogue did not
scripted
know
out
what he
the
was
whole
doing in the
duel, said,
first
okay,
fight.
when he does this, I'm gonna do that, and he's gonna have when I don't have trinket, I'll have my lip for the next stun. But the duel went on for so long with all that magic resist that Will coming off CD gave Peo that extra CC break, and the duel ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible, dude. That was such a good duel.
That was nice. If they do back-to-back ones, I mean, I could really enjoy these fights.
The biggest thing that was surprising to me is just a minute into the duel, Peo was still like 90% life. Like Peo was just a tank with all of the potions up, and Hydra was down to 50% mana. So like even in a perfect world, if Hydra tops himself back off there, right? He lands lives that kidney, lands the fear, and heals to full. Now we're in a position where Peo is still like what 40,
Sucks because I was wanting to watch this for like an hour and a half,
pretty
2 hours
tanky.
before I had to
Hydra's
leave.
boom, like it's
But
an uphill battle.
they started
And this is one of the matchups that
a lot later than I expected.
with that undead rogue, you have that fear break every
'Cause
2
I'm gonna have
minutes.
to-
It seems like an uphill battle for the priest. So Hydra is down 0-1. Peo is
But I don't
up
wanna leave.
1-0 so
These-
far in their brackets.
If the duels wind up
I'm
doing
excited
like
to see
that,
what
it's
Hydra
gonna be
gets paired into
crazy,
next.
crazy good.
It's not the duel you wanted round 1.
That was really good.
I don't know who the hell told me a Hydra was gonna.
I just
play
wanted to
Disc
be
for
all
this
like
tournament.
that.
I'm
Please.
gonna yell at them.
Please be like
yeah, that
that.
guy's coming in hot with Shadow, and it's hard to know who's gonna win. I mean, the duel was slowed down a lot with the sleep dust. Hydra let his dots fall off, so he planned a lot
people-
of the CC out beforehand because you got to let the dots fall off before you can go for that sleep. And
People weren't
he
listening.
tried to surge
The
in, or
duels
surgical kill
that
his
they're
way in there,
doing
but
aren't
that
a one
magic
duel
resist
fight. I
just
think they said they get
so
the duel
tanky.
5 times, and
Cannot
then the
get
one
this
with the
held
most
down.
points
Casters
gets
are at such a disadvantage.
people with a certain
And
amount of
you
points
said it
can
really
get to
well, Soda.
advance.
It's like the priest is trying to slow everything down. The rogue is trying to get through all the cooldowns really, really fast and finish the duel. And it looks like in this next duel, we have priest versus
Someone said I
Warlock.
sponsored the tournament.
This is going to be a really exciting matchup to see play out. I'd say
How'd they get an
generally
observer
speaking, it's pretty
interface? I was
even, but I
wondering
would
that
give
too.
the edge
I was
to
wondering
that
that.
Warlock.
I mean,
Generally
it's
speaking,
out in the
duel
open
flag's down.
field,
It
I
looks
guess,
like it's
but-
not a
we're in.
shadow priest. There's no shadow form or anything, and
A
dots are being
warlock
exchanged.
versus a priest.
Okay. All right.
Warlock's
No,
got
that's a
this, I
mind seer.
believe.
What
From
kinda
what we've seen with
janky
Shadow
spec do we
Priest, I
have
think
here?
Warlock's
There's the Will of
damage
Forsaken
is-
a little bit late there.
Oh, there's the
We're
shadow
trying-
form.
Oh, and he could
He's
drain
watching the shadow
mana.
form at the
I
start.
didn't think
Okay.
about that.
Ooh.
That cannot
Maybe.
maybe. Okay.
Backfire.
Arcane bomb.
Wait.
Arcane bomb, huge.
Arcane
Oh,
bomb
yeah.
is a 5-second silence.
Bro, they're, like, in
advantage
each other's
for
face, like,
an
melee
It's one of the
distance,
best
too,
items.
like,
It's the first time I
they're
got to
both
see it. Normally
netted.
banned in tournaments, but you can
Why
use
are
it
they-
here today. Full fear though from the Warlock.
Okay,
He's
Nets
just
are about to fall off.
auto-attacking, dotting him up as much as
I
he
think
can,
the biggest
but
thing is the priest can
Goblin,
heal,
Rocket,
but the
Hell,
warlock can drain
CCing
life
the
and drain
Warlock
mana.
for 30
So I think that's going to be a
seconds here.
huge thing.
Can't
So
heartbreak early, but
that priest is going to have to heal.
Here. The priest gets the free dispels, but the Warlock has that.
I think warlock's stronger in these fights though.
Another fear being
I think the
passed in.
warlocks are going to be
Does
something
land.
to
Fear.
really
We've got 2 dot classes
fear,
here
because
that
those
have to
dots
make
and
a
the fears,
decision.
the
Do they wanna
CC,
go for
and then the
damage or do they
pet.
wanna
The
not
pet's
go
going to be
try and go
huge
for
too.
CC?
Oh, he's
It
got
looks like
mana
the
burn. He's about
Priest
to
is
mana
gonna opt
burn.
in for some mana burns here, going for that mana burn strategy. Both dots coming in from both sides. Both want to do.
But I
damage
think
right now,
the
but
damage
Priest
is just
so
too
low.
strong.
He
I don't
needs to
think the
get his
priest can
health
do
up.
anything
Maybe
because
a health pot. He's got to make a
the
decision. He's
warlock
gonna
can
go
just
for
drain
some healing.
mana, and then if he does
Caps
that
it
while
up
the priest
here.
is
No
healing,
CC
the
for it.
mana's going to go out like
Another
crazy.
Another
Yes,
arcane bomb. If you look at the warlock, he is.
that
ooh,
warlock's out
he
of
is trying
mana
to
now.
dagger
Oh
his
my
ass.
god. So they're having a dagger and the pet.
You can't move while casting it, and it's
the priest-
stationary.
the
Arcane
priest
bombs
is
are
almost
kind
out of
of hard
mana
to
as
land
well.
Sometimes. This is a very close
They're-
duel. The warlock's
they're
completely
gonna, like-
tapped. Mana is in the favor of the priest here, 20%.
Medicine
The
Pouch on
warlock needs to be
warlock
draining
into
health,
another,
and
shadow absorption. He's got some good HP here, but his mana is still so low.
I think we saw a mana pot from the priest right there.
Might have been Hellstone coming in. This warlock needs to get some mana to do some damage. This priest is getting CC'd now, but the warlock has no dots. The priest could do something. Oh, and now he does.
the warlock's supposed to have an
We have
ability
Triple
to
Fear
give
coming
to
out of
use
Warlock, so
health
his
for
life
mana,
tap's
but
available. Yep, there it
yeah,
is. We
life
have
tap.
15% mana from that
Then
drain life. So this warlock does have
you should
some
just be able to
longevity
drain
play with that
life
mana
and then
burn
just keep
coming out,
life
and that's
tapping
not
to get
gonna
the
be
mana,
good.
right?
Frost completely tapped here. The priest chasing him down. He's in hot pursuit. Frost trying to run for his life.
Them
right
being
now, buying
is
time
is
for
rough,
pushing
but
on
the
Goblin.
priest might die.
Getting very
The
low.
priest might die.
He's got no
8%, 6%.
Frost might close it out. Oh my gosh.
The fear.
There's a fear that's got to finish it.
The fear was
This is so
crazy.
close.
The grenade.
Thorium nade lands. Sots his shield.
Oh my god, 5%. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait,
He's pouched. He's getting health. The priest is getting health. He's started.
He's gonna win with
the wand. The wand. The priest won, bro.
Was that life tap a mistake? I think it might have been.
Oh my gosh, dude. Absolutely incredible, man. I really, dude. That duel went back and forth so many times. I think that the defining turning point was at the end with a life tap. Super risky.
The warlock used a life tap to try to get mana, and
he
it
was going aggro.
and it went against him. That took so much health.
It didn't pan out for him. You had the medicine pouch. Crazy duel, man. Absolutely crazy duel. Amazing.
I mean,
Amazing.
it's so hard to cast and know what's going on because there's so
I thought the
many
warlock
janky,
had that
weird
for so.
things in the game, like these arcane bombs coming out. I never seen these being used before in duels. They're a blanket silence grenade. What the hell? And both of them are chunking them out. One of them missed it. We've got double medicine pouches coming in. I mean,
That's
a lot of
so
CC, the amount of
insane.
absorb pods.
I
So you see
can't
people
believe
are
that.
dotted, but their health's not moving. It's like, what's going on? And the magic it's all over the place. And then we've got just dots falling off.
That is true. The
CC for
warlock never
resets.
won it, but
That
he
was
used his
that came
dagger.
down to the wire. I think
Why would you
they
not
won
be
the
using
duel
your
with
wand to save mana?
Yeah, I think that arcane bomb missed.
I feel like he could have
if I'm
just
not mistaken,
wanded
was from the
while
warlock.
the pet was
So that arcane
attacking,
bomb landed,
and
it would have been
then
the other way around.
Yeah.
Right?
He
And
could have
the
just
arcane
drained
bomb,
life
to
when he
my
needed
knowledge,
to
you can't
heal.
move while casting,
Right?
and it's just a proximity. So you kind of.
I
have to,
feel like that would have
net
been his
before
best-
using it,
best
'cause if you kinda
decision.
see it being casted, you just move.
Because
So
the
it can
wand
be
doesn't
really
take
tricky to
mana.
land,
He
and yeah,
can
that one
forever
arcane bomb
wand,
miss
and then
could have costed him the duel.
he's gotta
Probably
heal.
did, because it was so close.
so he could literally
Why
dot
didn't
up,
they die at the end though?
wand.
I think the priest had a shield up and like a renew, and then maybe maybe it would.
I was.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was. I don't get it.
I don't get it, man. Yeah. Hey, real quick. Also, can production? Can we do a console FFX glow 0 to because on some of the map. Oh, he did it. Okay, cool. I was just making sure. Cool. So we're good for the.
If the
next
warlock
one,
can
the,
use ranged
the-
magic and
So
melee,
we
you
have a
should
drink
have.
and tea.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying. Like I figured the
Go ahead.
wand.
Dude, I mean, the duels so far have been.
I figured the
absolutely
wand
phenomenal. Oh, are we
We're
already
in
the middle of
Bobka
it?
would have
versus
just.
Oh, they started.
Dendario.
Oh.
Yeah, so Bobka
Oh,
has
God.
his mage on the run. The mana's down to 20%. The mage is trying to stall
The
this duel out. So,
mage
just a quick
needs to
TLDR in the
eat.
duel.
Oh my
Mage wants to
God.
stall it out. Rogue wants to rush him down.
Yeah, I think the Warlock
Bobka,
should have
she
just
breaks, he's
wanded,
in hot
dotted
pursuit.
up, and
He gets a re-stealth
drained
here.
health
The mage
when-
doesn't
yeah,
stop it, and he does. Bobka
Ooh.
going into that re-stealth. Big AoEs coming out here from Dendario. There's the
Rogues
ice
are going to
barrier
be
to
strong,
protect
I think, in
himself
this
just a little bit.
tournament. I
This
don't know
is
how
not
they'll do
looking
against
good for the
Warriors,
mage.
though.
Don't know.
Because the Warrior damage
I
is
think
pretty
it's over.
insane, too.
Well, here's the thing. In this matchup, if the mage lives with just one life, but the rogue is out of vanishes and out of sprints and out of blinds, it's tough. But the sapper comes out, so much damage. Dendario putting up that fire ward, though. Very well done. Tidal Charm into the sheep reset. So yeah, the mage could bandage and Evo back to full if he still has those cooldowns available. If not, just eating to full and kiting it out, making sure Bobka's out of cooldowns, waiting for the sprints, the vanishes, the blinds to be gone. And from there, the mage can win with one life. That's literally all it takes. Like, you just have to live enough to get that distance and get the reset. And Dendario might have done it. It doesn't look super great for him, but I believe Frostbolt's coming out.
Yeah,
Since
it's
that's not a
not looking
fireball,
great
maybe there's no more vanishes left.
Oh.
Looks like we have a small lag spike.
We're back.
Okay,
That was a little bit of
nice.
lag
And we're
spike.
just kiting it out.
Okay.
That Mithril
That is
Dragonlings.
huge.
So he's
This is
got
all
31%
you use,
mana. I don't know if that's enough to
Yeah, that pet is going to start
kill the
chunking
rogue,
mage down.
because
Oh,
the
another poly.
rogue
I do believe that might
didn't.
still be on the diminishing return. I
Yeah.
don't know if that reset quite yet. Maybe a small blunder here from Dendario. Dendario mana gems back
don't
up to
know what
50% life and really wants
The
to slow
point
this
of that
down.
is,
Bobka's
unless he's
probably-
just trying
Frost
to
Reflector there.
slow it
looks
down to
like
get
misses,
his health
though.
up.
The Frost Reflect came a bit late, and the Frostbolt did not reflect. So Bobka's
But those
not gonna be happy
Frostbolts
with
aren't
that
doing
one.
any
Nice little
damage.
Frostbite RNG here. Big shatter from the mage potentially coming out. Frostbolt lands. Bobka's so tanky,
Oh,
though,
now
with all
they're
these
doing damage.
potions.
Okay.
40% mana left for Dendario. Bobka's trying to find a way to close the gap, but he might just
Frostbolt
have to
again.
wait
He
for
threw a
another
grenade
big
at the-
cooldown to
the
come
mage.
back up. There's the grenade.
So I got stunned him
Could
for
be
a
the
second.
opening Bobka's looking for.
I don't know if the
but it
mage
looks
will
like
have
he
enough
still won't be able
mana,
to
though.
close
He's
the
got
gap, and this is what we were
29%
talking about.
mana.
The mage can turtle this out all day when the
Feel
rogue
like
is out of vanishes and sprints.
Frostbolts
with
seem to
just
be
that
taking
range
about
1
5%
Frostbolt.
mana.
And the mage looks like he's doing just that, hiding flawlessly here and slowly working down Bobka's HP bar.
I mean,
This is-
I want you to take this away, Zarya. You got this duel knocked down better than either of us. So all you.
All right, we have
He's
the rank 1
definitely-
Frostbolts coming from the mage, and this is really to bait
The mana's not
Frostbite
going away
procs.
as fast as
Rank
I
1
thought it
Frostbolt
would,
from the
and
mage
he's
costs
slowly
almost no
getting
mana,
health,
Bobka gets
but
another
can the
vanish off a
rogue
cooldown, and this
get
is what he
him?
was
The
waiting
mage
for,
is
taking
kiting
all the damage first
pretty
hit coming
well.
through, and if Bobka gets a lot of damage in this opener, it could be
he got the
lights
sap
for
off, and then
Dendario.
Rogue's
Full
first aiding back
coming
to
out.
full,
Bobka's going back to
so he
full
could
life here,
re-stealth and then
that's all
open
the
back
work,
up
the
with the
hard
stun.
work Dendario's put in to
And he
slowly
should just be
wait,
able
take him
to
out.
kill him
It's
the
just
rest of the way. The
reset
mage
here.
only has...
Mage
Oh,
blinks,
he
Bobka's
just
shooting
took a
the
mana
gun at this
pot.
point, and
So he's got a little
Dendario
bit of
might
mana
not
left.
be tanky enough to outlast Bobka, which is normally
Yeah,
not
I don't
what we
think
see here in this
he'll have to
matchup.
eat.
Mana's at 17%
Yeah,
for the mage.
here he
and
goes. He's
it's
gonna
not
have to
very
eat.
much, so we're gonna have to go for a sheep reset, build some of that mana
To get his
back, and
mana
start
back up
from
and his
ground
health.
zero to take out Bobka's life.
That's a
slowly but
long
surely.
sheep.
Once again,
That's a long
we want
sheep.
this
He's
rank
getting
1
decent
Frostbolt
with...
to proc the Frostbite. The Frostbite is that ranged stun, 15% or Nova to 15% chance to
The
Nova
rogue's trying
rogue.
to
Once that
reset,
Nova
so he's
comes
trying to
out,
run
that's when you
away.
go for a max
But I
range
don't think he's gonna
Frostbolt
be able to
go
because
for
of
a
the
shatter
Frostbolt.
combo, and that's the strategy
He's get-
Dendario's looking for. Another nade comes out. Bobka's closing the gap just a little bit here.
If Bob catches
In
up to
this
him,
expansion, of course, no
the
shadow
rogue's going to
step,
win
no
this
way to close
for
the gap
100%.
besides those vanishes
I don't think
or
he
the
can do
sprints.
anything
So
about it.
Bobka's just playing the waiting game, using potions on cooldown, pretending he's a healer. Dendario's laughing. Yeah, Bobka's just waiting on those cooldowns. Once he gets another vanish or another sprint or another blind or another nade, then that's when he's going to try to burst down the rogue. There's the blind. So Dendario...
Yeah, not bad. The
Bobka
rogue
a
is
little
just
too close.
definitely
Blind
like
comes out in
a...
first aid. I must say, I think Bobka is pretty advantaged here. Dendario is playing well, but Bobka doesn't look like
Yeah,
he's
it's
you
a
know,
pretty
backing down. He's keeping his life
tight fight. I
totals
don't
up
know
pretty
why
high
he
here. Goes for the sap on the mage. The sap
cheap
heartbeat
shotted and then
breaks.
sap,
Sprint,
though?
but he gets the Nova first on the
That's
sap.
weird. I feel
and
like that's a waste of
he just gets the sheep
CC.
set the fap. That's so unlucky for Bobka.
I mean, there's
So-
a lot of RNG here with these sheep breaks and these heartbeats when it comes to the polys, the saps, and each of these guys is either spamming Nova or spamming stealth. Here it goes. There's a heartbeat on the poly. He doesn't get the stealth off. Did he CS it?
I
didn't
think
see his yes go
combat
up.
time.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, how do you even
This
wither
is-
down
this
this?
is
Bobka got so
crazy.
unlucky there with that RNG, but at the same time, how do you kill this?
This is a crazy long fight. I thought the mage
With
would have been
all
out
of
of
these
it. Well, I don't
resists and
know.
all of the, you
I
just
feel like
can't
there's
kill
a
him.
mana
And he's
pot
running.
This is
cooldown.
brutal.
I mean, Bobka's got no buttons
I don't think
left.
he
He's
can
got no
spam
cooldowns.
mana
But
cooldown,
then-
so I
and
think Bob
Dardario
just
is
has to
sitting
kind
there
of keep
trying to kill this
dwindling him
raid
down
bomb. Look at
slowly.
It's a
But I
shatter, and it
think
didn't move
Bob's
his
gonna
health. There's
have trouble
another
with cooldowns
frostbolt.
as well.
The guy's not even slow. Did he resto pot? I don't know.
'Cause he can't
He's gonna
constantly
he's
keep
trying
getting
get
to
some
him. That's
frostbolts,
the
trying
issue.
to get damage in, trying to keep him slow, keeping his distance. It's an actual raid boss just waddling that he cannot hurt.
The
There,
frostbolts
Nova.
don't hurt as bad, but
Yeah, let me be the first to say
They
this
do
is a
slow them
different
enough to be able to
experience than
keep
we
it.
normally see here. Such great gear there on
yeah,
the Bobka with the dark mana on
it's
the
gonna
double
come
sword.
down to who's
But
gonna
normally
slip
this
up
looks
first,
different,
100%.
Right? Normally Bobka would just be getting owned here, and like you're saying, Soda, big shatter combo comes out. He goes from like 90% to 80, and Bobka's just tanking it. It's just
There's the
walking
vanish.
towards him.
Big cooldown from Bobka.
Frostbite
Gets the
Frox on the
gouge.
couch. Yeah, there's the cold blood.
Ugh.
If the rogue can keep
Dario's
up with him,
taking
he
it, but
will.
Look at his mana. He's almost doomed. He's got nothing.
He will
left.
crap
He needs
on
to
him.
mana
He'll
gem.
crap
He
on
needs
that
to
mage.
Mana pot. He needs
Now
to
he
do
doesn't have any
something 'cause
mana,
he
so he's gonna
cannot
run
hurt
out of
this guy.
mana on that on those
Man,
frost
Bobka's
bolts.
So
strategy.
tanky, man.
Yeah, he
So-
can almost just win with nades and his
Oof.
bow.
He messed up the grenade.
That hurt,
Bobka
dude.
whipped their grenade.
He was
Oh, he's
resetting
ready.
that
Those
grenade
frost bolts
multiple
don't
times,
hurt
too.
enough
Bobka's
to
using,
really
like,
do anything. I
all of
mean,
his
it's
items
a
on
nice
cooldown
kite,
for just
but
max HPS and DPS from range. Like
he's not going to
like
be able to
using
do
2
too
bursts on
much.
cooldown.
And he
Oh,
just
Frost resist,
vanished.
pot,
Oh
and-
my god, he
Oh,
landed the
great.
grenade.
Nade
Oh, he
there
just got
from
grenade
Dendario.
I won't lie.
That's-
Bobka's getting shit on.
That is, dude. That is such a bad. Oh, that's so bad, dude. That's so
Dendario's playing very well. I'm very impressed. Having said that, I would say Bobka might be in the lead here, to be honest.
look,
He's
what
got
is-
no mana.
The guy's
Did-
wanding. He can't even
Yeah.
swim anymore. He has no mana.
He doesn't have any
He's trying to
mana,
kite.
so Bob's
He
going to
needs his
catch
mana
up to
potion.
him.
He needs a mana gem. He's kiting for it. He's
100%,
trying to get some
yeah.
distance. There's the gouge. There's the first aid. Dendario
So he got
has
the
to
gauge
have
the
a
first
cooldown here
aid,
or
and then
he's
he'll be
dead.
able to.
He needs something. There it is. He gets something. I don't know what he drank, but he got mana back.
He got
The
mana.
rogue is half HP.
He's gonna
This is when he goes for
he's
the
gonna
kill.
have to try to do the same
Bobka
thing, I
has no
guess. I don't
vanishes.
know.
He's got a whole lot of fucking nothing. So this is when he needs to take that half HP.
That
piece of
mage
shit
doesn't do
down.
much damage, so
Yeah, we kind of need like an
Oh, he
evo
got a-
cake from
he got
Dendario
a
or
bomb
something like
on him.
that. Bobka's still half-life, and Dendario's just tapped. Like, Bobka's passive life regen with just a bandage and a pot every minute, pot every 2 minutes. You know, we have tubers. And, like, his passive like, Bobka could almost just sit at range and use his gun and shoot down Dendario with nades. Like,
Mana pot.
there's another mana pot, though.
Oh.
You're right.
that mana
There's
is
a resist
crazy on the
cone.
mage
He
though.
gets gouged because of it. There's
Full
the kidney.
kidney.
He's trying to
Oh, he's
predict the
trying to bait
blink.
Doesn't actually
Ooh.
blink. That was pretty smart.
Oh, and there it is.
Late blink. I love
Frostbite.
it.
I mean, is that enough mana? Oh,
There's
there's
the
the
Evo.
Oh,
Evo.
the
Okay.
Evo.
2
He got a
ticks.
couple ticks. He just
Oh,
wants ticks.
he got
Oh.
blinded.
Locks it,
He
locks
got
it.
blinded out of the
Oh,
Evo, but he did get
Blocking the line
44%
there to
mana.
stay
So
aggressive is just beautiful play there from Dendario. He knows this
I-
matchup
the
doing
mage
very
might be
well.
ahead
There's
on
another
this.
shatter combo with Frostbolt. This could be the damage Dendario's been waiting for. Little tuber coming out from Bobka. He's back up to 40% life, but look how much
He even
mana
got a
he has.
grenade with
Plus
the
nade
Frostbolt.
coming out. Big
This could be
shatter.
it.
Bobka
Big
could go
shatter.
down.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Oh
Dendario
my.
finally taking down the raid boss of Bobka.
Damn.
That was really well played.
A battle
Bob
of attrition,
lost.
Man. That was an insane
Oh my
duel, man.
god.
The way that Dendario was able to go out and to be
That
able to
kiting
kite in
was
and Bobka being able
outrageous.
to,
The constant
rotate his
resetting.
heals and his different consumables with the tubers.
He
with
killed the
health
giant
pots,
with a butter knife.
bandages, everything. I mean, that was impressive.
Hey, that's what I'm
To be able to
talking
survive
about.
that at the beginning,
I
that's
thought the mage was gonna do a lot more
sometimes
damage,
some duels,
though,
some matchups
which
will just go really long.
I don't know
and
what
it
caused
takes
him
the
to do
next
so much
person to
damage there at the end, but couldn't
That
do
will
it at the
not be
beginning with the
last
kiting.
duel that takes that long. We're jumping right back in. Oh, I don't know if we're watching this duel or not, but I mean, the duels are just the magic resist is crazy. So we're jumping right in. We got
100%, but like that
Shaman
last
versus
like
Rogue.
30%
What is the goal here?
was
I feel
like hard. He set at
the Shaman's
50%
goal is to
forever.
Try and just kite him out and survive a bit. Rogue wants to burst. There's the big explosion totem. He's just trying to keep distance and keep shocks and wither down this rogue. I mean, they can't crippling the guy. The kidney
Demons.
resist.
Yeah, that's unlucky in a tournament. Big damage coming out from Vanish, though. There's the Hellstone. Banana's 15% life. Big crit there from that health pot. Back up to 50. This is very
feel like-
close. I'm not too
I thought the
familiar with
shaman would
Indians
have
Rogue
the
matchup, but this
advantage
looks pretty awesome. Well, yeah, whatever the mage used last
in
duel
this,
there, Banana
but-
uses again to get a lot of mana.
'cause they're
and
very
HP.
good in
Kitty doesn't
melees,
resist this
but-
time, though, big damage connecting here from the Rogue Vanish. Looks like they're both pretty well geared here. Thorium nade dodge from Banana. Well played. Big Storm
So it
Strike
looks-
connecting.
He's got his
Looks
totems
like Bananas really just wants to
spaced
knock it
apart
slowed, keep
quite a
distance,
bit.
and weaken
Yeah,
with
Banana's
melee
dead.
attacks.
Banana's
Just
done
not
for.
enough.
He's done
he
for, yeah.
cannot just beat
He
out this
lost.
consistent rogue CC and damage. He goes down.
All right.
Unlucky.
That's it for me. I gotta go. I've streamed for longer than I was supposed to today. I'll probably be back on tomorrow or later tonight. Actually, either probably playing Rainbow, but I'm gonna keep up with these duels for sure. So, but anyways, take it easy, Kush. Appreciate everybody being here. Have a wonderful day.
So here we go, right into another one.
I mean, it's mage versus shaman.
Talking
Zara,
shit.
you take it away.
Jesus.
Yeah, so this is another duel where the mage
but
wants to outlast the shaman.
Have a good day, and
The mage is gonna
I'll be
killing
back on
totems,
tonight.
A lot of rank one frostbolts and max range kiting. It
Playing
looks like
something.
Oko is a pro here. He's doing exactly what he should be. Oh, it looks like it's an Ellie shaman though. Similar type of strategy, but different spec. Mage wants to play this max range and bait
Andy.
the shaman to use mana and then reset. Once the shaman's that's when the mage should go in for that kill. So it looks like that's what we're gonna see today. And yeah, just to clarify, 8 duels are